Welcome back to Simply Trade Tips with Hammer and Heels, better otherwise known as Renee Julie. Myself and Julie Parks is here with me. As always, we're going to leave you with a call to action to help you FIO or figure it out. We know that's Julie's acronym by now if you've been listening, and we're going to do this in less than 5 minutes. So, Julie, what should we talk about today?
So I like our Tariff Chaos series, and for y'all watching at home, we've covered things like networking and organizing the chaos and work sanity. Today, Renee, let's get a little bit more global, right? So maybe we'll talk about tariff globalization. And while we talk a lot about the US, maybe it's good to give some tips about how folks should be thinking about these tariffs globally.
That's a great topic.
All right.
We're going to have 3 tips today, I think, as normal.
As
Keep
normal.
everybody on their toes.
Right. So we think the first thing is to think about when you're thinking about tariff globalization is you have to know who's who in your organization. They may not be directly related to your functions. So your lineage of customs or trade may not be there in your global structures, but there will be someone in supply chain, perhaps in finance, that may have this responsibility. It is very critical that you know who these people are in every impactful country that you produce in, import into, and export into. Renee, what are tips for how they can get that organized?
Part of it depends on the size of your organization, right? You know, when you and I worked together, we were in a very large organization, and we needed to make sure we understood the roles and responsibilities of each, department. I mean, we even had a pricing department and finance and payables. So it's good to understand your organizational structure, right? Number one. And then 2, know, like you said, Julie, just backing that up, does your purchasing department have the responsibility, for global imports, or should it really be your customs people?
Right. And if they don't, you got to brand them that way too, so that they understand that that's part of their role if they're not. So there is some challenges in org structures, of course, when we're doing globalization. The second thing, Renee and I want you guys to have some tips on is how to access and know the global regulations, right? So definitely these folks that we just named are going to have some insights into that, but your search mechanisms of, for example, the Canadian Gazette, you can put those on your radar as one thought. But Renee, what are some other ways that people can actually get to know these regulations? How do they know what's coming out?
Our networking episode is key to success in this, right? When we did business overseas and we became importer, for example, it was all about relationships. You had to get the statement of work done, the contract done. And if you didn't develop relationships and network, it was going to be much more difficult. So I think that's awesome, referring them back to those episodes.
Right. And also, Renee, I'm thinking we don't plug brokers enough, but you're using a broker to clear your freight in all of these countries. And they really do have to go through a lot of the effort of doing the recoding. So they might not be able to tell you exactly how it impacts your product because they're so busy in your company, but you can get, and they're a very, very valuable source of information for you as well. So to wrap things up, we think the call to action on this is to reach to one of your network points of contact, confirm their roles and responsibilities, and get their data organized, make sure that they understand. So for example, if the next countries that are on the list seemingly is the EU, then maybe you're reaching out to those internal points of contact, getting them named, having them understand that you're going to need some data in the future here, and let us know how you did with that.
All right. Make a friend. And as usual, please go to our Trade Geeks community and let Julie and I know, did you make a friend, internally? Do you know their roles and responsibilities? Did our tips for organizing the chaos help? Did our tips for networking help? Just let us know. We want to know if we're making a difference. Thank you, Julie.
Thanks, Renee.